Episode 6 – Conventional Methods of Dealing with the Gap. We are often told that economic growth is absolutely necessary for a healthy economy. But what if this isn't true? According to the social credit analysis of Major C.H. Douglas, not to be confused with Chinese social credit, constant economic growth is only necessary because it is one of the main ways of filling the price-income gap. You see, if the flow of consumer prices exceeds the flow of incomes distributed in the course of production, there are only two ways of achieving an equilibrium or balance. You can decrease prices, or you can increase consumer buying power. The existing system does both. But since decreasing prices under current financial rules means economic slowdown with all of the hardship that implies, such as business bankruptcies and increasing unemployment, cutting prices below cost can only serve as a temporary expedient. The more favourable solution, which is a feature of periods of solid economic growth and also of feverish booms, is to increase the flow of consumer buying power. And the chief way to do that is by borrowing more and more debt money into existence from the banks. Governments at all levels, federal, state or provincial, and local or municipal, can borrow more money into existence from the banking system and spend it on public works such as roads, harbours, hospitals, airports or public services. Since the public do not pay for such production immediately, but only many years and even decades into the future via taxation, public production on borrowed money can increase the flow of incomes to consumers while keeping the flow of consumer prices constant. Similarly, the expansion of private production, especially capital production, which is production the consumer does not immediately pay for, can increase the flow of incomes to consumers. Filling the gap or achieving equilibrium via constantly increasing production, whether private or public, explains the emphasis that politicians put on the necessity for jobs and growth and for more jobs and more growth, like a never-ending mantra in the tradition of Chinese water torture. As an alternative to more and more production, the gap can also be filled by relying on the consumer to borrow more money into existence from the private banks. Hence the ubiquity of mortgages, lines of credit, credit cards, student loans, car loans, installment plans, etc. These consumer debts in both absolute terms and as a percentage of disposable incomes tend to go up and up until perhaps a financial crisis ensues and some of the debts are written off. Now, whether the extra debt money needed to fill the gap comes from increased production or an increase in consumer loans, the effects are largely the same. The gap which the financial system creates between prices and incomes puts the banking system in the driver's seat, as it possesses the only mechanism that can alleviate that deficiency: its monopoly on the creation of credit. This animated series was sponsored by the Clifford Hugh Douglas Institute for the Study and Promotion of Social Credit. For more information on Douglas Social Credit, please visit socred.org or socialcredit.com.au. Be sure to like this video and please subscribe to our channel.